RMU-TV presents RMU Tonight, starring your host, who will row her boat into your hearts, Kestra Harris.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to RMU Tonight. Like usual, I'm your host, Kestra Harris, and with me is my trusty co-host, Cameron.
Hello.
And we have a great episode for everyone tonight. Now, a lot has happened since we were last on, and we are glad to just get right into it. So, we're about 2 weeks out now from my private and personal hell, American Thanksgiving. Now, it's not exactly what you think. I love turkey, and I love spending time with my family, but let me tell you something. I won't be doing that this year. Now, for the next 2 weeks following, I'll be stuck in isolation for the third time since this COVID nonsense started. Have I ever gotten COVID? No. I've just been in quarantine for 3 times now. But last time I was in an apartment alone with a fridge full of food and plenty of room for activities, but that will not be the case this time. This time, I'm going to be in my childhood bedroom with about 5 square feet of open floor space and a single panel window in my basement. Cameron, don't threaten me with a good time. Doesn't that sound like a good time to you?
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
It sounds like plenty of room for activities. And
Yeah.
if there's, maybe you gotta get the bunk beds, kind of Step Brothers like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one bed, but it just
Oh.
takes up half my room because
can always
know,
make
my
a
room
second
is
one.
pretty tiny. So, I don't know if you can tell, but you probably can. Everyone can probably tell. But I've been grinding at the gym. There's been no days off over here. But there's not going to be a gym at my house, and there will not be enough floor space to do any gym activities. So I won't be doing anything. So if you have no reason to wear a mask, wear one for your girl, because I can't take this nonsense anymore.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to leave our country, the beautiful Americas.
I know. Your country's just amazing. Well, amongst other things I can't take, after a long, grueling battle, devastating twists and turns, money and research has put into time and time again, yet the results still came out how we thought it would. This battle has been in everyone's minds for months, days, even years, and no one could have imagined it could be like this. Finally, it is with my deepest regret to say that Alex Trebek has died at the age of 80. The Canadian native, Jeopardy host, dies after 36 years of being on television. You will be missed everywhere. Oh, and also, Joe Biden won the presidency too. But yeah, from one elderly man dying to another 2 that probably should have instead, the battle of arthritis has come to an end and the winner has been claimed. Joe Biden beat President Donald Trump in the 2020 election and is the president-elect. With Joe Biden winning, even though the votes are still being counted to this day, he is projected to most likely become the winner. Kamala Harris also becomes the first female black vice president. It's been an eventful week for America, hasn't it? Donald Trump's loss will also mean that comedians and talk show hosts will actually have to come up with something funny to say again, since their scapegoat is now gone.
All the comedies, like SNL, they're gonna have to find something new.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a long 4 years since.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I heard you doing a Trump impersonation before we got on air.
Oh, it's a wonderful impersonation. Just a wonderful, truly beautiful impression.
Well, speaking of people who put things in cages, in California on Tuesday, a wild emu was caught roaming around the residential neighborhood of Pleasanton. Several residents called local authorities about the flightless Australian bird wandering around. Eventually, the emu was lassoed by Frankie Ayers and Amy Martin, authority officials of that area. Yes, the two have experience from growing up on the farms, giving them expertise to rope that bird up and transport it to the county sheriff's office animal shelter. Why did they need a lasso though? They could have just called animal control and shoved it in a truck like a grown-up. What's with this Indiana Jones fetish, come to Jesus moment these two had? You're adults, you're not 12.
Kestra, fun fact, near where I live, an ostrich got loose on the highway before, and they had to...
Did they lasso it?
No.
Because they're not idiots. You know, whatever. I mean, that's a personal problem I have with lassos, I guess, but you don't have to be a child to make this mistake this bad. A man in New York City the other day had fallen into a sinkhole. Leonard Shoulders, that's a name, I did shoulder day yesterday at the gym, if you couldn't tell. No, just kidding. A 33-year-old man was just waiting at the bus station when the ground caved in beneath him. Making matters worse, when he fell down into the sinkhole, it was into a large pile of rats. I can't say that's happened to me before.
Was he shoulders deep in it?
I would say so, honestly. We interviewed Leonard and got his thoughts going through his mind when he fell into that sinkhole. And Leonard exclaimed, "Ah, rats." But anyways, we're going to go in for a break. And when we come back, we'll be right back with some exciting stuff on the show. Stay tuned.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Wacha. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
And welcome back. Now, we're going to go take a look into history with Hoy, but when we get back, Cameron and I are going to be reviewing the finest bathroom facilities on this campus. So stay tuned for that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your producer and local history major, Jonah Hoy, and this is History with Hoy. And since Thanksgiving is just a little way down the road, I thought we'd do something nice and talk about a little bit of the history of Thanksgiving. Now, some of you may know that Thanksgiving is usually told to us when we were kids, like the colonialists and the Native Americans got together in a celebration of Thanksgiving and ate food, and the natives taught the colonialists how to survive in colonial America. And that can be somewhat of true, and that narrative was actually given to us by Abraham Lincoln himself. President Abraham Lincoln on October 3rd in 1863 declared that Thanksgiving should be a national holiday, and this is where we get that narrative that we were told to as kids, because a 74-year-old magazine editor by the name of Sarah Joseph wrote a letter to the president urging him to declare this a national holiday after so many states have had their own, but on different days, and they thought that a collective could come together. Now, the history of the very first Thanksgiving, the one we were told to as kids, has been debated to numerous times, and it can be attributed to a couple events. There was, in 1623, a day of prayer for the first true Thanksgiving in the Plymouth colony. In 1637, the Massachusetts colonial governor decided to give a day of thanks to fallen soldiers in one of the Indian wars that went on, and these two are debated and attributed to whether or not they were the first actual Thanksgiving. Many towns and stuff claim before the Mayflower even came over that they hold claim to the very first Thanksgiving. Even the Spanish had something of the same sort in 1556, I believe so. The Spanish held with some tribe of Native Americans. They traded garbanzo beans and something along those lines. I don't know all the foods they had. I can't remember that. And the reason these tribes came together and had a celebration of thanks where there could have been some good relations between the natives and the colonialists were because of the Wampanoag tribe proceeded to be an ally to the English colony of Plymouth. They developed trade pacts and even gave them help against the French when they inevitably fought the French in the French and Indian War. But over time, those relationships started to strain, and we get into the now more known of how colonialists really treated the Native Americans during this time. And it was a short-lived period where the Wampanoag tribe and the colony of Plymouth were actually good terms. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been History with Hoy. I hope you learned something new, or at least found it entertaining. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks, Jonah, for that beautiful history lesson. Now we're gonna review some bathrooms,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong.
When you have to go number 2, we're going to start at the bottom of Nicholson and hit all these bathrooms up. Now, take a look here. You're going to see the first floor bathroom. Now, how are you going to rate this bathroom, Kestra?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That bathroom has given me nothing but trouble. One time, I was in that bathroom, doing a number 2 like you do. And the light just turned off. Those automatic timers, they'll get you, especially.
And then you're just there in the dark, and you're going to have to just find your way out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of peaceful to be in the bathroom.
I mean, look how unused it is. You see a Christmas tree just right there. It's been there since the start of school. And my personal experience with that bathroom is before I even came here, I was on the tour, I went there, and I flushed the toilet. It was a jet engine loud and almost made me deaf.
I bet they just forgot about it, honestly.
What'd you say?
I said, I bet they just forgot about it. Yeah.
It made me deaf. Okay, now let's move up a floor. We're gonna go with the cafe bathrooms. Now, how you like those?
Now, I mean, usually they're pretty good, decent bathrooms.
You can't go wrong with this bathroom. I feel like in the morning, I always get my eggs, sausage, pancakes.
Oh yeah.
And then got the syrup on your hand. Quick, go in there, wash your hands.
Now,
hop right on out.
do you use the bathroom there though? Like, do you drop a deuce?
Sometimes, but it's kind of loud because you're right next to the cafe, so you don't get that peace and quiet.
Right, not like the
what you're
first
looking
floor
for.
peace.
Well, first floor is.
The lights shut off on you though.
Yeah,
so.
it's too much peace.
Yeah.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
Now that's a good bathroom. What would you give it out of a 10?
I mean, I like the bathroom. I like the convenience. I like the location. However, they don't clean that bathroom enough as it's used.
I'm going 6 out of 10.
Honestly, I think I might be right there with you, about a 6. 6 for convenience.
Now, not that far away, we got the mailroom bathroom, which it's okay. What do you feel about that bathroom?
So I don't know about the man's bathroom, but the ladies' one has a chair in there.
What, a chair?
Yeah, like a nice little comfy chair. So if you ever drop a vicious deuce, if you just need
you
a
can
break.
just sit back and relax and take it in, calm yourself after it.
Yeah, sometimes you're sweating after you're using the bathroom, but that chair just makes it beautiful.
Now for me, I'm not the biggest fan of it because when you go to the mailroom, there's always that huge line, and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go in there real quick, take a little tinkle, come right back out, get your mail. No, you go in there, you come out, the line's already at the other bathroom right at the cafe.
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah,
it's like, I should just use that one in the first place. And it's just, why even bother? Why even bother?
Yeah, you know what, I agree with you. I mean, as nice as the chair is, for convenience, the other bathroom on this floor, there's not much convenience with that bathroom.
But this one is a lot more quiet than the cafe because it is tucked in that little hallway.
Now, I would love to continue talking about these toilets with you, but we got to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll get right back on this topic. We'll pick up right where we left off.
as at sea race.
Love is love.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Welcome back to RMU Tonight, and we're going to hop right straight into the bathroom discussion again. Let's go with the third floor, right next to the admissions office. This bathroom, my personal favorite, best looking one. I haven't been here that long, so I don't know if it's renovated. It looks renovated.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll tell you a fun fact. It was renovated. Now, given the
That's why it's so
circumstances,
beautiful.
though, yeah, it's a gorgeous bathroom. It should be on the second floor, though. What purpose does it have being on the third floor? No one goes up there anymore. Romo's is basically a graveyard. But if it was on the second bathroom, ooh, I would use that thing all day long.
All day long. Now, there was one bathroom I did miss on the third floor on Hopwood Hall. I had to go and explore this entire school, in the entire building. I missed the ones in Hopwood Hall, and those ones are really nice. I'm going to give them 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Decent score.
You know,
And maybe a little high.
I've got a, I don't know, a gear to grind with those bathrooms.
Gear to grind?
Yeah, a gear specifically to grind. Now let me tell you, those bathrooms are stinky. I don't know about your bathroom.
Really?
But I don't, like the women that are doing their pooping in that bathroom, they have some poops to let out.
Okay, now we're going to hit this bathroom right here. You see it? You probably have never seen it. It is on the 5th floor in the library. I had to explore. I didn't even know it was there. And I was just like mind blown. I was like, this is a room?
Well, give me the lowdown. I don't think I've ever been in that bathroom, so you're going to have to give it to me straight.
Super quiet. It's in the library. It's nothing you would ever hear. You got your piece. I wasn't in there that long, so I don't know if the lights would turn on and off.
Right.
And then here we have the main library bathroom. How do you feel about this one?
Oh, I don't know if I told you this or not, but there's a bed in that bathroom in the women's bathroom.
We could do therapy in there. We were talking off air about therapy sessions.
Right. Now, because this is our last bathroom, I want you to just really give it to me. Tell
This
me
one?
how you feel.
I'm not a fan of it. It is too small. It is about this wide, this screen, this wide, and you just have no room there. And it's just
not great.
No,
not a great
it's not
experience.
great.
Well, you know what? We are going to head over to Moose. He's going to give us a little bit of Moose in our life, and when we come back, we'll see after Moose.
If there were a creature there on RMU-TV, it'd have to be a forest beast that could tell us what he sees. Well, a deer is just too meek, and a bear's too much for me. A rabbit's just too small, and a raccoon would take it all. So by now I bet you're wondering, kids, I'd say the only answer is, if an animal became a man, if I had to make a plan, I'd say I need a little moose in my life.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A Little Bit of Moose in Your Life. I hope you've all been taking good care of yourselves this November. And of course, the holiday season is coming up, but before we forget about it, Turkey Day is still a thing, and I'd like to talk about the bird of the hour and how it's such a great bird. I'd like to start with the simple biology of the bird. The turkey is, shockingly, it can fly. In fact, if you did not know that, they can reach speeds of upwards of 55 miles an hour while flying. They can only make it about 100 yards, but it's considered a flying bird. And in fact, it's in the top 5. The turkey may be a hardy bird, however, its natural lifespan only seems to be about 3 years, living off of a long, healthy diet of acorns, fruits, insects, and other small grains and grasses they can find. And shockingly, these birds are not predatorial, but they have eyesight 3 times better than the human 20/20 vision and can see human blink upward of a mile away. That's why turkey hunters in this state are not required to wear orange or any sort of reflective color while turkey hunting. And another surprising fact is these birds also fell victim to the large expansion into the west as the colonizers came to the continent and thought that turkeys were, as anything that they thought of, was an infinite source, and they took no precaution, of course, with harvesting the small animal. And this bird, at one point in North America, was down to 30,000 individuals roughly. To give you perspective, today that's how many orangutans and elephants are left in the wild, and we consider them extremely endangered. But luckily, Theodore Roosevelt and other modern-age first-wave conservation projects were able to bring the turkey back to a population today of around 7 million. And of course, another thanks to that successful project to the National Wild Turkey Federation, made huge steps in hunting, conservation, and overall public knowledge of this bird. More about this historic bird, a little fun fact, it was not actually in the running for the national bird, and in fact, Ben Franklin didn't really mention it. He just said that it happened to be a beautiful bird, but it was not, he didn't find it ideal that the national bird also be a tasty bird, as it'd be a little bit detrimental to the figure of the community to be eating the national bird. And for my last fact, I'll leave you with my personal favorite. The Apache tribe, known for being so strong, brave, and courageous on the war scene, would in fact shy away from eating this game bird due to its cowardice behavior, believing that indulging in this bird would cause their souls to inherit the cowardice nature. I'd like to thank you all for joining me for another episode of A Little Bit of Moose in Your Life, and I hope you enjoy your holiday season with your friends, family, loved ones, or for all those that make you happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Moose. Always a pleasure. Seriously, love that guy. Now, we are going to go to commercial, and when we come back, we are going to have a food review to end all food reviews. And we said that the last time, but this time I really mean it.
All over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get...
Welcome back to RMU Live. You might have saw this at RMU Extra this week, but we're back here. It's the Nick Hedrick, Luke Yost food rankings of Thanksgiving. Nick, how are we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a
It's
great
been a while.
time.
It's been a while, brother.
I missed you. We
How
got
we
some
doing?
glass in between us. We can't hug it out. But Nick, we put them in an order here. This is random order, random draw. They're not ranked. But first, we got stuffing against cranberry sauce. Personally, I gotta go stuffing here.
Well,
I'm not sure if anybody likes cranberry sauce.
This isn't much of a matchup, really. This is This is a
So
slaughter.
we're gonna go stuffing.
It's not even close. It's not even close. I wish I had something like interesting to say about that matchup, but there's nothing.
There
about it.
isn't anything interesting.
You've got a fantastic Thanksgiving food up against something that looks like Jell-O.
It's a one
but
versus
doesn't taste
it's a
as good
true
as Jell-O.
1 versus 16 seed in this situation. You can't beat it. In our case, 1 versus 8. Next, we got turkey and cornbread. Cornbread was a late addition to the bracket.
It was. It just snuck in there, won its play-in game, and now we're here. Now we're here.
So I'm gonna take turkey.
Listen, this is a close one. This is a close one. You got that cornbread, tastes really good like corn, but you got turkey too, which I need a little bit on my turkey. I think it's a little bland without anything. You got to put a little pepper, maybe a little salt, maybe a little gravy, mash it up into everything.
Cornbread's bland by itself. I'm not a big cornbread guy.
That's fair. I got to give the edge to turkey, but I don't think it's a blowout.
Right, turkey's gonna keep moving.
I don't think it's a blowout, and that leads us to matchup number 3 between mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie. I'm more of an apple pie guy myself.
I am as well, Nick, and you can't go wrong with mashed potatoes, especially if it's made correctly, if it's fixed well.
Have you ever mashed potatoes?
Have you
ever done the
never
monster
mashed them,
mash?
but I have peeled them.
Peeled?
I've peeled
wow.
the potatoes
That's
for the mashed
that's
potatoes.
worth a
yes.
lot. But no, I'm not a big pumpkin guy. Mashed potatoes, you slap on some butter like your Paula Deen, you slap on some salt, and you get out of there. And there you
we
go.
Probably shouldn't talk about Paula Deen too long on this
show.
No.
Nah.
I believe she's got another one of those canceled. Here we go. Green bean casserole and sweet potatoes. Again, sweet potatoes, another late addition that we overlooked. They won their playing game.
Now, this is a big battle here. This is a big battle.
So two powerhouses, two staples, if you will.
I don't like green bean casserole at all, and sweet potatoes are kind of like the Luke Yost of Thanksgiving food.
Wow.
They're like, there's already potatoes, so why do we need sweet potatoes, I mean, I got to give the edge to sweet potatoes, though. Just by a tad. But green bean casserole doesn't really do it for me. I'm not a casserole guy.
All right, yeah. So sweet potatoes are gonna move on here. I believe it's a great option. Nick, you brought up a couple good points there. Why do you need 2 types of potatoes? I don't know, but it's better than having green bean casserole, which I'm not even sure what's in there. I'm not even sure people who make green bean casserole know truly what's going on in there. So green bean casserole, see you later. Sweet potatoes are moving on to our biggest matchup so far.
That's a big battle.
Is going to be stuffing versus turkey. Nick, you got that side of the board. You're going to have to write it down for us. But this is the biggest matchup we have so far.
Well, also, before I begin writing, you should know I'm a 2-time Our Lady of Peace Grade School Handwriting Award winner.
Well, let's see it.
So you should be honored. Well, what are we putting
Nick,
forward? The results are coming in slower than Nevada's. Come on now, let's get going.
I don't know,
let's
man.
debate.
I think we gotta give it to turkey. I think turkey's a staple. But stuffing is so good.
But your family has ham.
We're a big ham family. Yeah.
You are a big ham family. That's correct.
Yeah, you can keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Stuffing though.
We gotta give stuffing over turkey.
Do you think you just flip flopped?
Did I?
You did.
I think
you were all on the turkey train.
You know what, Nick? We're gonna keep debating this over the next commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna finish our bracket, right? And then we're gonna also see Jonah's jabbering. Stay with us here on RMU Tonight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jonah's Jabbering. It's kind of like TED Talks, but with me, and my name's not Ted. My name's Jonah. So this is Jonah's Jabbering. Now, I'd like to go through a peculiar issue that won't affect many people, but it will affect a small minority of people. How not to look like a douchebag while playing a guitar at a party. Now, this is a very, very intimate and peculiar situation that most likely will never happen, but if you're that one special person who gets that one endearing moment where you can and you don't look like the biggest, well, douche there is, then by more power to you. So, what are the do's and don'ts of playing the guitar at a party? Well, my first point would be, don't bring your guitar. Don't bring your guitar to a party. Who is the worst? You're just, that is like, you are literally being a turd in the punch bowl. The guy who brings the guitar is usually when the party isn't going to be a party anymore and people start leaving, or you'll just be isolated and alone and no one wants to talk to you. No one wants to talk to the pretentious dude who brought his guitar. It sounds like it's going to be the worst. And you'll probably cause more overdoses and alcohol poisoning because you will increase their chances to drink or do more drugs because of what a crappy person you're being. So there's that. Just don't bring your guitar. And if there is one at the party, do not go pick it up. If you're alone somewhere and no one's around, fine, do it with yourself, play with yourself, that's fine. Nobody cares about that as long as no one's around. But if you're there and you just pick up the guitar and start playing, nobody's gonna want that either. And again, I go back to my first point, they're not gonna want to hang around, or they might drink even more and get more stupid because of you're just making them feel worse. So don't pick up the guitar if you see one, let it alone as much as you want to, or just take it by yourself in the closet, bathroom, something so you can play with yourself. Now, the only situation I can come up with where you could play the guitar and not look like a complete and total jackass is where if someone brings up the idea, someone other than you, and it has to be a collective. So let's say you're there at the party and you're just hanging and someone goes, hey, that guy, I know you play a little guitar, and everyone's a little, drinking a little bit, whatever they're doing, and they're just like, hey, he should get on. And the whole group goes, you should. And at first you shouldn't be a reluctant yes. You should be like, oh, I'll totally. It'd be like, no, guys, I shouldn't. I don't want to do that. It'd be like, because you don't want to seem too eager, and then it'd be like, oh, who's this guy? And you'd be like, all right, and if they beg you enough, then get up to it. Now that you've gotten to this wonderful stage, now this is the part where I'm also going to talk you through how to be good at this stage and not just when to play the guitar at a party. Now, there are 3 key things to when you play the guitar in front of this audience, drunk or whatever. You want to pick something that is easy, simple, and that you know you're good at. You do not, number 1 rule, do not play Wonderwall. Do not, I don't care how good, I don't care if you sound as good as the recording to the exact Oasis and Noel Gallagher sounding on his vocals. No, just don't do it. Kibosh, get it out of the way. Don't do that. Nobody wants to hear it, nobody wants to see it. Second, don't play Sweet Child of Mine. Please do not play Sweet Child of Mine because it'll sound a lot like this. Because you're not Slash, you didn't write it, and most likely, unless you've practiced for so many years, I wouldn't recommend playing Sweet Child of Mine at a party when someone lets you, or people want you to play the guitar, because chances are you're probably not going to play that well. And chances are it's going to be an acoustic like this, and it's going to be doggone near impossible to play. And the third one, no original compositions. Oh, if you thought bringing your own guitar would cause them to drink till they threw up, what will you think if you play an original composition? What if it's so bad it makes them throw up, not because of the alcohol, just because it's that bad? No original compositions. Unless you are absolutely certain you are the next Guns N' Roses or James Taylor or something like that, then by all means, more power to you. But for us normal folk, let's just keep it to not your compositions. Now, for my expert recommendations for songs like this, I would say a song on the lines of that is upbeat, but also it's simple enough and that you can play it, that it sounds more harder than it really is. And one of the perfect songs I think that would be Sublime Santeria. It is just a couple of basic chords, power chords, and you can play it virtually. It just sounds like this. That's essentially the entire song, verse, with a couple of variations with the chorus and in between. And it is easy, upbeat, a little funky, that it can get a lot. It's a well-known song. People like that song. I'm not just, this is research of just talking to people, everyday people, college kids, adults. You know, people generally like that song. Like that, just like that. It's just a bunch of chords put together in a little with the lyrics, and it would sound wonderful. If you can sing it, by all means, do it. Well, this has been how not to look like a douchebag while playing a guitar at a party. Thank you.
Welcome back to RMU Tonight. Nick, we talked about it. We spent that time to look over it.
We did.
I think we're going to decide Turkey's going to move on to the final.
It's the only logical call.
It's the only logical call.
Do you want me
It's
to break
the
out the
staple.
cursive?
Let me see it. Your handwriting award champion. Let's see the cursive.
Oh, how do you make a T?
That's not how. I'm not sure what. That's
Turkey. There we go.
Beautiful.
There we
All
go.
right. Battle of the potatoes down here. Mashed potatoes versus sweet potatoes, and we hyped up sweet potatoes to beat green bean casserole. Can they pull off another upset again?
That's like Kentucky beating Western Southern Texas State University in March Madness or something, because green bean casserole is terrible.
Wow.
Okay.
So where do we put what's the mashed potatoes?
But without mashed potato, there would be no sweet potato.
That's fair.
So out of respect, I give it to mashed potato. But I'm open to listen.
I think you're right. I think mashed potato is a staple as well. Like stuffing turkey mashed potatoes
what's on the board.
Are a staple, right?
Yes.
I feel like sweet potatoes are like you can have them, but if you don't bring them, if they're not brought to the party,
I don't think they're essential.
Nobody's gonna miss them.
I'm thinking of what's essential.
Yeah.
We heard the term essential worker all year because of COVID. What's an essential Thanksgiving food?
Mashed
I don't
potatoes.
think a sweet potato.
Mashed potatoes is essential.
You're right. So we're
has
in
to move
agreement.
on.
Raise your hand. Okay,
All
we're
right.
good. Mashed. This is just quick writing.
It's not the championship.
This is not handwriting award material, but yeah.
All right.
Turkey, mashed potato. Oh, I have to do all the analysis.
Oh, it's on your side of the board now.
The Mason-Dixon line.
put
Anyway,
on that side.
listen. These are two nostalgic picks here because both are key elements. But where I lean is some people don't have turkey for Thanksgiving. I have not met one person that does not have mashed potatoes on their table.
That is a fair statement.
Okay, but at the same time, turkeys are synonymous with Thanksgiving.
It's sometimes called turkey.
We sang a song in 4th grade chorus, which the 4th grade class had to do at my grade school, was be the chorus. And the song we sang at Thanksgiving time is called My Friend Tom the Turkey, not Mike the Mashed Potato. So that's where my loyalty kind of leans toward turkey in this matter. What say you?
I lean mashed potato in this situation. Here's why. We talked about essential workers. Turkey's up there with mashed potatoes on that side. But I think mashed potatoes just tie a whole meal together. Turkey, if you're not a turkey person, you can kind of have a good Thanksgiving dinner without a turkey. Right?
I respect
think you
it,
can
but I have
dance
a hard
around that.
time.
But mashed potatoes are the
Both
glue
are
that
kind
holds
of
a turkey.
bland on their own, but I think mashed potatoes without extracurriculars is worse than turkey. That's my counter argument to that.
That's fair. But I feel like both need gravy to really carry.
I can get through turkey. If you get a moist part, there goes the cap. No cap.
We'll get it later.
If you get a dry piece of turkey, but you can find a nice moist piece of turkey, and that's better than mashed potatoes without anything else on them.
All right, Nick, you convinced me. Let's put turkey. Turkey is the grand champion. It's Turkey Day.
Turkey. That's not even a Y. There we go.
There we go. That looks good. Nick's going to draw a turkey. And while he's doing that, we're going to go back to Cameron and Kestra on the desk. Guys, take it away.
You know, Cameron, you're the Mike, the mashed potato to my Tom the turkey.
Thank you so much.
You're
that means
welcome.
so much.
You know, with that was a beautiful way to end the show. And we'll see you after the break, you know.
Long time.
Long time, but you know what? We'll talk, you know. It'll be good. We'll see you next time on RMU Tonight. Signing off.